We go. All right. Good morning, everybody. It is officially Monday morning. It's the 11th of August. And I don't know if anyone remembers last Friday's video that I played for you guys, all about August. Gary V talking specifically about, uh, you know, putting in the work, putting in the effort, putting in the energy this August can either set the tone for the rest of the year or not. Totally up to you guys. But straight up, we're going to talk about something that is newly updated in your My Econ members area this morning. And this is, you know, not a hundred. I don't know, Bill, was the company built on credit repair or was it built on income shifting or was it kind of a combination of both? I think it was kind of a combo.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't around, 20 years ago, but ever since I got started in 2018, it was the internet marketers gravitated towards the credit,
Yeah.
and then the real users, like as far as members and customers, a lot of people got involved for the income shifting, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that for sure. So what do we want to do, guys, is now let me just before we dive into this, I want to ask you guys, okay? I want to ask you guys and put a comment down below right now. If you guys have used any of the My Econ products, and I really hope that you have, put what product you have used down below. Put it in the comments right now because I'm just curious, so whether it's the income shifting, if it's credit repair, if it's whatever it is, if you guys have used any of the My Econ products, put that in the comments right now. And then, more importantly, put what type of benefit or what you have received from using the My Econ product. So, as an example, like I know some of you guys have done the income shifting. You guys have posted this in our Facebook group, saving, adding literally hundreds of dollars to your bank account every single month, which is just so anyone that has a job, if you haven't done the income shifting, kind of crazy not for using it. Okay, so Brent, great, thank you. What? Same thing, Paul too. Hopefully, you guys have your comments in the Facebook group. But Paul, Brent, that have used the income shifting, how much money have you added to your bank account by doing the income shifting? Okay, same thing. So income shifting and travel again. Put what what benefit you've used from or gained from the income shifting and using the travel. Okay, so Mary, same thing with the income shifting, the credit repair. I know, Mary, you've gotten some really killer results, which is awesome. So drop those down below. Credit was 420, now 560. That is awesome. Obviously, that'll continue to climb as you fine tune that. Brent says on the income shifting, $500 a month. So think about that. That's an extra $500 in your pocket every single month, you know, without working extra hours, without getting a raise, without asking your boss, any of that sort of thing. Paul Everett, oh my gosh, on the credit repair, killer, killer, killer results. 640 to an 817. I mean,
Wow.
817, I mean, that's the money zone right there, man. You got an 817 credit, you are getting approved for anything, like literally anything. You want to buy a mansion? Sure. um, so, all right,
Wow.
Mary says, oh, that was the income shifting. Oh, income shifting. Okay, so now, okay, so you're getting $560 a month extra with the income shifting. That's awesome. Your credit went from 620 to 801. Whoo, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm in the 800 club. Having an 800 credit score is just, that helped me. I'll tell you, I mean, real life story here, guys. A little over 3 years ago, when I was going through the application phase for buying this house, having a killer credit score. I mean, man, we got approved for way more house than we actually needed. We got approved for uh, well over $100,000 more than we spent on this house, and it's all because of having a great credit score and obviously a great business, right? Uh,
Dan,
Gary,
I use the travel for any time I get a hotel. I mean, even if it's local,
yep.
if I go to Atlantic City, I'm going to Chicago on Thursday. I saved about almost $500 for 4 nights at a hotel in Chicago. And the travel portal just kills. And I've helped a lot of people fixed their credit with our credit. I made a
Hmm.
lot of money over the years bringing people in to fix their credit. So,
Yep. Yeah, another one here, $400 extra a month from the income shifting, which is awesome. Corey says extra $600 per month in the income shifting. His credit went from 510 to a 778. I mean, come on, man. Like that's just freaking killer, guys. Killer. Mark says on the income shifting, uh, over $700 a month in extra income from the income shifting. I mean, guys, just scroll through these comments, guys, and just look at some of these results from the income shifting, from the credit repair. I mean, to get several of you guys got up into the 800s from the credit repair, which is absolutely freaking awesome. Um, you're now protecting your yeah. But Corey says I've used every single my econ product and will be a member till I die. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, guys, that's just the whole point here, man. I mean, just the stuff's there for you to use. I mean, obviously we focus on the money aspect of it, guys. With the business, but I mean, it's just crazy not to be able to use this stuff and get really killer results. So, what I want to do is I want to share my screen. They recently updated the credit system, and hopefully, hopefully, the reason why I was asking you guys if you guys were getting results here with this is hopefully you guys had a chance to go through the credit repair prior, because that way you'll actually see a difference. Um, you guys will see the difference between what it was to what it is now. So when I go ahead and I click on this, guys, and of course, right in your members area, if you guys don't know where it is, it's right here. All you got to do is be under BMC Home or hit the little My Products tab right there and you just drop down. Okay. That's where all the product drop down is. So My Credit System right there, same thing. We open this up. So, first things first is we have an entirely new look. There's a whole new look. They have the menu is completely different and it's broken down into three separate things. Okay. So, you have the course itself, okay, which is included in your My Econ membership, whatever level you're on, it doesn't matter. Okay, whether you're FSM or EBM, same thing. The dispute letter generator. This is new. Okay, so this is new. There's two new things in here that I see right off the bat. Okay, you have the dispute letter generator and you have the dispute tracker. So these are very, very important things. If you guys are, obviously going to dispute your credit. Okay, you guys are going to do that. Okay. So Mark dropped a bomb in there. If you guys could see that in the comments, should be totally out of $235,000 of debt in 6.5 months. So meaning, Mark, correct me if I'm wrong here, but meaning you have $235,000 of debt that's been removed from your credit. If so, that would be amazing.
No, I made a mistake on that. It should have been 6.5 years.
Oh, okay. I got you. I'll
I did.
smell it.
I've done the income shifting. I've done the minimizing of my taxes, and I've done the debt elimination. And I should be totally out of $235,000 debt in just over 6.5 years.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, man. Appreciate it. So with this new look, guys, obviously you guys can see it's laid out differently. Before everything was boom, all you had to do is scroll down and everything was right there. But now they got it categorized. So I'm going to swing back to the credit course itself last. First thing we want to talk about here, and Bill, I know you had mentioned this a while back that this dispute letter generator was here. I'm not going to click on this because when you do, it's going to pull up my personal information. So I pulled it up here on another menu. Let me see. If I were to literally scroll up on here, my personal address is up there. So I'm just going to leave it as is. But you can literally enter your information here. Obviously, you would enter your birth date, your social, and then you get a drop down menu right here. And whatever dispute letter you need to write is already written for you, basically as if you guys use like ChatGPT to write an email for you, to create a post for you, to do any of that sort of stuff for you. All the stuff is already here and it's already done for you, which is awesome. So if you wanted a debt validation letter, any of this stuff, and by the way, all of this stuff will be explained in the course. So don't feel like, oh, I have no idea what any of this stuff is. Don't worry about it. It's all in the courses right there. So that part is really, really cool. Bill, I know that's something that we have not had in the past and now have that available. I think that's really amazing. I know in the past, credit repairs going back over the years, they talk specifically about like maybe having, maybe writing this yourself or maybe, using things like, what do they call those? Where you get like a notary and stuff like that to sign that stuff, or you have a notary create it for you. Now it just, the system does it for you.
Yeah, it just spits it out. We used to have to write, write the letters, but it would be like they would just do give you one little couple sentences. You see the subjects that were in there, they would give you that, and then you just sign it and you'd be done. But now the letters, from what I understand, they print a whole beautiful letter out, to the point. You don't do anything. You just you print and sign and
Yep.
and send it off to the address. And you are right. All those things, some of those things confuse me too. Like which letter would you send? They're going to
Exactly.
tell you, and everything goes in order. I know a little bit just by knowing, in the beginning, it's just dispute because of this. And as some of the stuff gets tougher to take off, and Mary probably knows this. I think it was Mary that said someone used it here, that as it gets tougher, they just escalate the reasons on the dispute. It gets more serious to get
Yeah.
these people to take the stuff off.
Hmm. Yeah, 100%. So I love that they added this in now. Again, it just makes it easier for you if you do want to work on your credit. Great spot to do it. So the dispute tracker, same thing. This is new. This was not in here before. So if I were to click and open this, like you could totally keep track of any disputes that you're sending, the date that you sent it, all that stuff. And of course, with everything, guys, there's a training video specifically on how to use the dispute tracker. So yeah, Mary says really user friendly. I would agree. So they're going to walk you through everything all along the way, and it's a great way. It says because I remember, oh my gosh, this literally goes back to 2018. I remember when I did the credit dispute process. I was printing everything out. I was filling out all the paperwork on my own. I was mailing it all in. But this tracker, what they recommended at the time, they recommended that you keep a manual record of what you're doing. So, I mean, I literally had to open up a spreadsheet. I had to create the spreadsheet, all that other stuff. And now it's built right in here to your members area, which is freaking awesome. And again, this is stuff that they have now that they didn't have years ago. So I think that's really, really cool. Okay. So I don't know how many of you guys out there need to work on your credit, but man, what a great opportunity for you guys to really take advantage of this. And I hope that you do because it's awesome. So now let me get into the course. And I really wish that a lot of you guys could have seen, hopefully, maybe you looked beforehand to see where it was before, but where it is now is it's just awesome. It's just like they added so many new videos in here. It's laid out differently. You have this expanding menu that's over here on the side that did not expand before. So as an example, just the welcome right here, you have the welcome video, and you can see right here that it's highlighted. So obviously you watch that. It's about 2 minutes long, right? And then you have, I'm not going to go through every single video, but you have credit repair myths. Of course, they got all new thumbnails over here, which is awesome. Disclaimers, going over some finite stuff, and you got your setup checklist. So as you get ready to, this is key. Again, I can tell you right now, they did not have this before. As you get ready to go through and start repairing your credit, it's important to have your setup checklist ready to go. Okay. So that's that. And then you open up credit scores. Okay. Credit score calculation. It's going to walk you through this, how to figure all that stuff out. Okay. So Bill, I know you're probably seeing this for the first time. What are you seeing so far? I mean, so far it's like everything is broken down, in my opinion, much more step by step detail than it was before.
The first thing I think is this is as good as because I study our competition, and I'm talking about brick and mortar companies, not MLMs like regular credit repair companies, and this matches up with anything. That's what I'm getting excited. And people charge a lot of money for credit repair,
Oh,
so
for
that's the
sure.
first thing as far as the seeing all this stuff is incredible. And then me, I'm just thinking, I'm just getting excited. Like I'm watching this. I want to go make content. I want to do what you're doing right
Oh,
now and go
yeah.
share this because I'm thinking about what I did in 2018 with the credit repair we had back then, which is
Hmm.
like a dinosaur. With this, I mean, this is a wave. This is wave creation right here.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, so far what I'm seeing is you go through the introduction, and then you go through the checklist to verify you've done it, and then you right here. I'm gonna make an important point here, guys, that you guys need to understand here. Okay, so you go through the credit scores, watch these videos, and then at the end you validate that you did the information, so you know that you have this all set before you move on to the next section. Now, I don't know if you guys realize that in our team training site, at the end of every training section, it's like, what's next? At the end of this training section, it's like, what's next? Making sure that you do the information, you go through and you check these things off before you move on to the next step. So maybe some of for as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, that seems just like our team training site. So that's pretty cool. That's maybe they're trying to copy us. I don't know. Maybe we're
Well,
just really
I know Ivy has. I don't know if he's in there, but I know that he's impressed with what we've done and what we showed him. So
well. We're pretty freaking good at what we do.
yeah,
You know.
he's and he definitely always listens, you know what I mean? So I know a
Yeah.
lot of the stuff with the website, the stuff that they're doing right now, you know, with the stuff that you offered them, they definitely love what we do.
Yeah. Agreed. Okay, so that's your credit score is there, and then you get down into the actual credit report, and I can tell you right now that they've added at least 3 or 4 videos into this section, which is really really great. Okay, so again, and what's really cool about this, guys, is I don't know if you guys are noticing, but all of these videos here are broken down into little short, 3, 4, 5 minute videos. Like this one here is a minute and a half long. So I haven't seen any video yet that's like a huge long video. I think one of the videos in the previous credit system was like 20 something, 30 something minutes long. So what they're doing now is they're breaking it down into smaller chunks, which is really easy for you. It makes it easier to digest and go through it, right? Okay. Yeah, there isn't, Brent, to answer your question there. There is a AI feature that is coming. Where is that going there? So they will be adding an AI feature to this. So you could basically just submit, you could take your PDF, download your credit report, take the PDF or whatever the file that's saved on your computer, and you could just upload that into the AI feature that's going to be in here. And then they will tell you exactly what you need to have removed off of your credit score, which is, again, super, super cool. It just makes it really, really easy. So there's no guessing for you. You're going to know exactly how to do that. So, how to pull your credit report, how to read your credit report, and exactly what we're talking about right now when you're thinking about how to read your credit report, checking for errors, all of these things. The AI is basically going to tell you, oh, hey, remove this, remove this, remove this, and then you're going to know exactly what to remove, what dispute letters to send, where to send them, all of those things. Now, you could still do all of that stuff. And by all means, do not wait for AI. This credit repair has been helping people for decades, guys. Like, so, it works. I'm a I'm a student of that. I can tell you that I went from literally a 500 credit score to now over an 800 credit score. Okay, so it 100% does work. You don't need to wait for anything. It works just as it is. And obviously, if you guys saw any of the comments that were coming here, we had some people that are now in the 800 club. Okay, which is absolutely awesome. Okay, and yes, 1000%. This is incredible for content, guys. As a matter of fact, when we're done here, I'm going to be making a video about this new credit system update. So, as you guys should too, just throwing it out there. Okay. So then you have your disputes and you have all of these. Now, I can already tell you, I think before, Bill, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think before I think there was literally like one video on filing disputes, and now you have like all of these different videos in here, which walks you through, you know, using the generator, how to send the letters, all like there's so much more information in here than there was before.
Tons. And yeah, they really dove in to make this right. Ivy told me that June is pretty much behind this whole thing. He's very experienced in credit repair, so he did a good job.
Yep. Yep. I agree. Awesome stuff. So again, just good question, Kathy. How long does it take to go from a 500 to an 800? It really depends on what you have. This is going to vary by person. So this is the same along the lines of like how fast can I get results in your business? It really depends on a lot of variables. And I'll just list a couple of them. It depends on what you have on your report. It depends on what credit bureau it's with. And it depends on how aggressively and how effectively you try to get it off there. So there's a lot of variables in there. For me, it was not overnight. I mean, it definitely took several months. It took probably close to a year. I saw some, and I'm sure some of you guys can drop some info on this in the comments, where sometimes you can see pretty significant results pretty quickly. Okay. And of course, that's a big generalization, but I think I very quickly went from like 500 something to like high 600s, low 700s pretty quickly. But then scaling up to over 800 took a little bit longer. That was just more, establishing really good credit history, paying the bills on time, paying the bills early, paying off your credit card statement in full at the end of every month. And there's a whole science to that. So all of those things, there's a lot of variables in there. But the good news is, guys, all of that is now laid out here for you guys to take advantage of. Yeah, literally what I was just talking about right here, like what is credit utilization, lowering credit utilization, all of these things. You guys should be digging into that and going to check it out, right? So,
To that question, those questions will definitely have to be like you have to dive into the training. Like, should I pay off? Everyone has different theories on that, and I don't even know the answer to that. I would never answer out loud. Like, should I pay my charge offs or my lates and all that kind of stuff? I
I,
do know one. I will add one thing because it's not really. We're showing you what we have, and you can go get these answers by watching these videos and everything. But I know one of the biggest jumps that Dan's talking about, and it's got to be in the course, is before anything, simply having the goal of any current credit card you have to get them under 30%.
mhm,
Whatever they call that, debt utilization, whatever. But the bottom line is that's an instant jump. That's a big jump right away before
for
you fix
sure.
any mistakes. Just lowering it. If you got a 2,000, you got $1,000 credit card, go, make sure the balance isn't over 300. I mean, that is instant increase.
Yeah, for sure. Um, so new credit, trade lines, building new credit.
Oh,
Again,
trade lines. Wow.
these right here, this was not in here before. I can tell you right now. Didn't talk anything about new credit. Just talked about credit utilization, more credit strategies, authorized users, rent reporting, debt consolidation, balance transfers. A lot of people have questions about that, doing balance transfers. And here's like one thing I want you guys to like really understand is number one, credit is an ongoing thing. Building your credit is an ongoing thing. It's not something that happens overnight. Can you see and have people here experience some, big lifts relatively quickly? Yes. I, for one, can tell you that and here's a perfect example, and this is real life. There's three major credit bureaus, right? You have Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. I had a charge off written off, completely removed from my credit report off of two bureaus. And then one of them, I think it was Equifax, not Experian. I think it was Equifax. Equifax like literally put up a huge fight and was like, nope, absolutely, like we're not removing this off, and like went at them, and they just would not remove it. But the other two did. Okay, so on the other two, like TransUnion and Experian, my credit would be like 800 something. On the other one, it would be like maybe like 720, 740. Still really good credit, but it just wasn't as high as the other ones because I still had that charge off on there because they wouldn't remove it. And by the way, sometimes when you guys go to apply for a mortgage or refinance, whatever it is, what the lender will do is they'll take your three they'll take your 3 credit scores, they'll add them up and then divide by 3, and then that's, the basic credit score. Some, you know, people when they're trying to get your credit or whatever, some of them they'll just go to one. Like some, as an example, like maybe it's a car dealership, maybe it's just a loan company or whatever it is. Sometimes they're partnered with one specific credit bureau, so they'll only use TransUnion or they'll only use Experian or whatever it is, and they just pull one credit score versus pulling all three. It really depends on what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, but the good part is, there are answers out there. There are ways that you guys can get better at this. So what I want to do is I want to make some notes here really quick for you guys. Okay. Um, let's talk about credit utilization. I know, Bill, you just mentioned. Let me give you guys some tips and some insights that you guys can do to improve your credit. Okay. And these are really in no particular order. And hopefully I'll make this big enough so you guys can see it. So number one is no more than 25 to 30% utilization every month. Okay. So meaning if you guys have, let's say you guys got a credit card and it has a $10,000 open to buy limit. Now, just because you have $10,000 that you can spend doesn't mean that you should be spending $10,000 a month. If you're spending $2,500 to $3,000 a month and you're keeping that under that 30% utilization, that's going to improve your credit. Does that make sense, guys? So far, comment makes sense if that makes sense. Do you pay off collections or no? I don't know your situation. I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not gonna answer that. Watch the videos, get the best advice that you can. I know for me, I had the charge offs removed. Same thing with collections. You can have those removed. So I don't know. It's everyone's situation is going to be different. But I'm not going to tell you yes, do it, or no, do not, because again, I'm not a CPA.
And they 100% go over that in the course.
Yeah, they
That's the
absolutely go over
biggest
that.
question because it's all over the internet. You see the videos, don't pay collections off. So that's definitely in here, and then you make your decision.
Yeah, yeah. Get all the information, make an informed decision, go from there. Um, okay, another one. Pay in full monthly. So in other words, pay your credit card off in full at the end of every month. In other words, now, and I get it. Everyone's situation is going to be a little different. This is the best advice that I can give you to maintain the best credit possible. So, as an example, I only use American Express. We don't use like MasterCard or Visa or whatever. We only use American Express. So, at the end of every month, you literally pay everything off in full. Boom, you're good to go. Okay, that's going to help you out as well. Versus, again, you can carry a balance over. But however, if you carry a balance over, really focus on this right here. Stay under this, like stay under this radar right here. Once you start going north of this, and let's say you go to, as an example, 50% utilization, in this in case, you got a $10,000 open to buy credit card and you're spending over $5,000 and you maintain over $5,000 in charges on your card every single month, that is not going to help your credit score. That will probably hurt your credit score because it means you're basically spending. What Linda just said: don't spend more than you can pay monthly. You're spending probably more than you should. And of course, this is going to vary by person. Oops, crap! I just got rid of that. This is going to vary by person. Okay, so just think about this stuff, guys. Think about this stuff. And I get like everybody's situations different. Everybody's situation is unique. So keep that in mind. Okay, now let's go back down here. Okay, so let's say that the other thing that you guys should be doing is pay your bill 7 to 10 days prior to the due date. Okay. And I get it, guys. Everybody's. I wish you could. I don't know why we can't grab these things and move them over once you put that text in there. It's kind of weird. Anyway, hopefully you guys can see that. Let me see if I can grab this. Can I grab that? No, can't. Okay, cool. Well, oh well, you guys can see that. So pay your other thing that you guys can do too, as part of that is look at when your cycle is. And you actually have to you have to look at one of your billing statements. And when you look on the statement itself for your credit card, it will tell you when your cycle is. So as an example, and this will vary. It's not a calendar month. This will vary, as an example, if today's the 11th, I'll give you guys a great utilization tip right here. Let's say your credit card cycle goes from the 12th to the 11th every single month. So, in other words, today's the 11th. Tomorrow would start a brand new cycle. So, your credit card statement closes today on the 11th. Now, right now, if you were paying everything off in full and you were to check and see what your credit card bill is, it would say $0. Okay, because today's the 11th. It's the last day of the billing cycle. Does that make sense? Comment makes sense if I'm making sense so far. So if your billing cycle goes from the 12th of one month to the 11th of next month, right? Today's the last day of your billing cycle. Your bill would show $0 due. Tomorrow, let's say you spent $1,000 in the last 30 days on your credit card. Tomorrow, when the new billing cycle starts, you're going to see a bill and it'll say balance due, pay by whatever it is, pay by the 30th, pay by the end of the month, or whatever that date is. It'll say balance due $1,000. Here's what you can do to help increase your credit score. Just pay close attention. Look at your cycle date and pay. In other words, if you know that you're spending $1,000, okay, and don't ask me why this stuff works. I just know that it works, okay? Again, not a CPA, not a financial advisor, but if you know that you're spending about $1,000 on your credit card in a month and your cycle date is whatever your cycle date is, whatever date it closes on. So if today's the 11th and it closed today, on the 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever, up to today, and you can pay about $900 of that $1,000 that you know you spent, make an extra payment of $900, right? And you pay that before the cycle date ends. Then tomorrow, when it generates your remaining statement balance, it's only going to charge you about $100. And then you pay that $100 once you actually have the bill and it says, hey, your new credit card statement balance is $100, pay by the 30th, right? And then between now and the 30th, preferably about a week before then, maybe by the 23rd, 22nd, right, you'd pay that extra $100. So ultimately, you could be making 2 payments a month, but you're making that first payment very strategically. Okay? So if you guys understand that, and I know I just said makes sense. If you guys understand that, just comment the word strategy. So that is your credit card bill paying strategy. Okay? All of these things that we just covered here. Okay? The 25 to 30% monthly utilization, pay in full at the end of every month, which is what we're talking about here, just doing it a slightly different way. And then pay your bill 7 to 10 days prior to the due date. If you understand all that stuff, all of these things are going to help you guys increase your credit score, along with going through this credit card training or credit utilization and credit system here, and fixing your credit, removing stuff that you guys hopefully should be able to get removed. Okay, so really incredible system. It helped me a lot, and I started talking about this earlier, guys. I want you to realize. 2019, 2020, I was promoting another opportunity. And as a prize, I was able to, I was one of the top affiliates in that company. And as a prize, the CEO of the company said, hey, I'm going to give you my credit guy as a gift and help you, crush your credit. And this is a $1,500 value. Granted, I didn't really need them that much at the time because of what I had done with my econ. But the guy to use this credit repair guy out of the gate charged you $1,500. Okay. And that was a one time shot. And then if he kept working on your credit every single month, it was an additional monthly charge. Okay. And you guys can all go to any credit repair company. I mean, we could literally go over to, let me get rid of this here. We could literally go over to Google. Okay. And just type in credit repair. I'll just type in credit repair as a thing there, and I'm gonna get rid of these drawings right there. All of these, a lot of these are sponsored, right? Easy do it yourself, different businesses, whatever. Okay, creditrepair.com. So as an example, if I just clicked on one of these, um, the site might look really familiar. Look at this. Okay. By the way, like this stuff, guys, is monthly. Okay. So $49 a month, $80 a month, $80 a month. The Credit People, Credit Saint, Credit Repair. Fixing your credit is an ongoing process. And a lot of people don't realize that. They think they might just have to pay once and they can fix their credit once for all. But when you're working with these credit bureaus, sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. And that's why we have these in our credit repair system, guys. That's why we have these dispute letters. Because chances are you're not just going to send the letter once, you're going to send it multiple times, and then you're going to create what's called escalations. And then you're going to escalate the letter. You're going to put, more seriousness into that letter. Okay. But don't think that, some of these other credit gurus, they just charge you once. No, 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 no. They're going to charge you a one-time shot to start, which is usually hundreds or even thousands of dollars, and then they're going to charge you monthly. And when you go look at those packages that they have, sometimes you're paying for 6 to even 12 months ahead of time. Okay? So even though it might have said it's only, I didn't dive into the details, but even though it said it's only $50 a month, you might have to pay 6 months up front. You might have to pay 12 months up front. All right? So to have something like my econ where it's, literally can be $40 a month, and then you also get access to all of the other products and services. I mean, huge, 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 huge value, guys. Okay. So, Bill, anything else on this? I think I love the
No,
new
I think
layout, man. I really do.
you you did a really good job. I would just add, on the business end, guys, there's reason why we do this. And I was telling Dan before we went live that I'm seeing something happen. I pick up on little things, and people are starting to pay attention in the world of make money online. Dan, I just looked and I was telling you I had people that I known from like over the years, maybe not have worked with them, and they're paying attention. They're coming, they're liking my stuff. I could tell that they're peaking. And I just got the message from the one guy, and he says, "Hey, Bill, I don't know if but I joined you over the weekend." And this is an old veteran, you know what I mean? And it's just
Mm-hmm.
because he saw my travel posts, just telling people that I'm beating travel agents. No one can touch our prices.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing with the credit repair. We did this before. So it's everything goes in a circle, like I say, full circle, recycle. We're going, I hate to say we're going backward. We're going back to creating a wave with a product that's better, and now we're global. I see big things. Consistency works, and having real products like this product that Dan just explained is powerful compared to the lotions, potions, and pills and all that kind of stuff out there.
Well,
That's my 2 cents.
again, like we've talked about this a lot, but we always, 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 always lead with the business. But a perfect example, guys, and I'm just going to shoot it to you straight here. Like we have in our Facebook group, um, we have the income shifting post right here at the top of the Facebook group. We got thousands of members on our team, and then when I go over here and I look at this Facebook post here, like we literally only have, I think, 10 people, like 10 that have done the income shifting and then put their results in the post. And the post is here, guys. Like this post is here to serve several purposes. Number one, it's to show everybody, hey, that this actually works. Okay. Number two, it's for you guys to grab it and use it as content, and just the more and more people that are utilizing the income shifting, not one person, not one single person so far has done the income shifting and said, oh, I didn't make any extra money. Like every single person, the minimum amount of money that was increased monthly was $400. So it's $400 every single month in additional income. And then as high as $780 a month. And I'm sure um, there's a guy, Jim, that I used to work with that wasn't a little while ago. He he must have had like a really high paying job because he added over $1,200 a month income shifting. So again, guys, it's just, personally, I don't think we have enough people using the products. These products are there to help you. They're here to help you make more money, save more money. So please, utilize those. But not only that, when you do utilize these products, like post about it. Like let us know. Go into that income shifting post, drop a post here in the group, go over to the results Facebook group, go use that. Because otherwise, it's like, what we've talked about before, guys, is like you're just kind of hoarding it for yourself. It's like you're experiencing these great results, something that actually worked for you. Hey, you now have an extra $500 a month. Like what? And you're just going to hoard that for yourself and not share that. Like that's kind of crazy. So it's not only going to help you, but it's also going to help others. And I'm sure you guys have heard Kirsty say this 1,000 times. Like when you give, you gain. You know what I mean? So let's not only help ourselves, but let's go help some others out there. Okay. So, that's it, man. That's it. That's all I got for today on this Monday. Hope you guys got some insight there, some value. Go check that out. Go create some content. Go utilize it. Go fix your credit. Go do awesome stuff. And that's it. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Deuces. We'll see you guys live tomorrow. Later.